Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Reflections from the Meadow Nook. I'm sharing some reflections with you today on slowing down to practice presence in a busy season as I do some homestead meal prep, make some fresh bread, and work on my chicken coop repairs. In case you're new, this channel is about motherhood, homesteading, whole foods, and reflecting in an effort to live presently and consciously. This is going to be gluten-free blueberry muffins sweetened with only fruit. I'm using bananas, dates, and of course blueberries. About a month ago, I decided I wanted to move my family away from processed foods as much as possible. It's a learning curve and I still haven't found my groove, but each week I am showing up to try again. I can say it has been rewarding. So instead of focusing on my shortcomings or the times that my family doesn't like something that I make, I'm choosing to dwell on the wins. Like when my kids eat homemade bread made with organic flour and no preservatives. Or when I'm able to get some veggies into them that they'd otherwise not be getting. Reflecting on the conscious effort and framing that go into the process of beginning a whole food journey reminds me of a key component in all of it, that being the practice of presence. It is so easy to get caught up in all the other things that keep us busy, losing time for things like preparing whole foods. I'm learning that making the choice to carve out time to meal prep is a real way of practicing presence, both in the preparing of the meals and of the evenings when I'm able to be present with my kids and still enjoy a homemade healthy dinner. This next recipe is for no boil bagels, and I substituted gluten-free flour. I've been aiming to meal prep on Sunday, but this past weekend that didn't work out, so I'm squeezing in a midweek prep. And though I won't have time today to prep any dinners, normally my goal is to at least have things for dinner prep, so my evening cook time isn't quite so long. Lately, life has been challenging me to practice lessons I've learned in theory on being present, as this season of my life feels busy and at times chaotic. The relaxing vibe of summer has shifted into routines and schedules, lessons and deadlines, all the while I am adding on a new piece to my life, that being this channel. In past seasons, I have bent under the pressure and given up on my own projects for the sake of upholding other responsibilities, along with my sanity. This time I'm trying a new approach, aiming to let go of the immature all or nothing mindset and grasping the one of everything is figure-outable, as in Marie Forleo's book, as I strive to stretch my ability to maintain presence and do the things that need to be done. Something as simple as an extended glance out the window, noticing the gorgeous colors in the sky. That alone can be a beautiful and simple reset to the present. I found myself one evening this week sitting in a rare moment of silence, feeling a bit bewildered. Part of me knew I needed rest. The other part of me felt guilt. I should be planning next week, or meal planning, or literally anything. Instead, I just sat and watched the tops of the trees swaying in the wind, enjoying the moment. In the stillness, I could finally notice the tension that was built up in my head. I chose in that moment to relax and let go of the tension and the pressure to be more productive. I enjoyed a few moments looking out over the meadow and remembered to practice gratitude. It was grounding and restored peace to my overstimulated nervous system that had been going all day. My hope for you is that you too will choose more moments of rest. For tonight's dinner, I am making Paleo Tuscan chicken. The recipe is by the Paleo Running Mama. Another way I've been working on practicing presence lately is trying to not label things as good or bad, just acknowledging and becoming curious about them. You may have heard the story of the Chinese farmer by Alan Watts. A quick summary of this story: it's about a farmer and things unfolding in his life, and as they do, his neighbor begins to label them as good or bad. The farmer's response to his neighbor is simply to reply with maybe, as he seems to know that the outcomes may very well be good, even though it appears that they'll be bad, or vice versa. The last thing I'm making is quinoa salad. Everyone who tries this recipe really loves it, so I'll be sure to share the link down below. And a relevant quote I came across by Alan Watts I'd love to share with you. The whole process of nature is an integrated process of immense complexity, and it's really impossible to tell whether anything that happens in it is good or bad, because you never know what will be the consequence of the misfortune, or you never know what will be the consequence of the good fortune. So I am striving to let go of labeling things, especially as bad. And when there's a curveball, I'm trying to think of it having a purpose, maybe a lesson to be learned, a delay that will prevent something tragic, or a path that is meant to cross mine. One last area of presence I want to share with you that I've been working on is in the practice of observing my own thoughts as being separate from them. Noticing them but not being attached to them, realizing that many thoughts can come and go that are irrelevant to who I am and even to what is truth. In the book, The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle said, "The beginning of freedom is the realization that you are not the possessing entity, the thinker." Knowing this enables you to observe the entity. The moment you start watching the thinker, a higher level of consciousness becomes activated. You then begin to realize that there is a vast realm of intelligence beyond thought. That thought is only a tiny aspect of that intelligence. You also realize that all the things that truly matter, beauty, love, creativity, joy, inner peace, arise from beyond the mind. I think the more I am aware that thoughts are not who I am or necessarily even truth, the easier it is to let go of them and embrace the present. Here's the end result of the past 2.5 to 3 hours in the kitchen. Two of my kids, myself and my husband, loved the bagels, and I think everyone enjoyed the muffins. Now that I'm finished in the kitchen, it's time to step outside and work on the chicken coop. It's been a cloudy day, but so far the rain has held out. The chicks have grown quite a lot. They're about 4 weeks old now, and will be able to move outside in about a week or two. I'm really looking forward to this because they've really taken over the garage, often escaping from their pool and making a mess on the floor. It's also been really dusty in the garage because of their bedding. In case you missed my first video, these holes are from a groundhog that decided to take over the chicken coop while it was vacant. So I just need to fill them in. I'm using gravel and then I'm going to cover it up with some dirt as well. This is the door I made by scratch myself a few years ago. And like I showed you in the last video, it has bowed pretty badly. So eventually I'd like to fix it the right way, whatever that might look like. But for now, I'm just trying to improvise so that first of all, no predators can fit through. And secondly, so that it will lock easier. It finally started raining and my drill battery died. So unfortunately, I was not able to finish on the day I was filming. I did have a few minutes the next evening, so I finished it up and took a clip of it on my phone. I feel satisfied that the coop will be ready for the chicks in a week or two when they're ready to move out. Thank you for joining me today in the Meadow Nook. If you'd like to continue on this journey with me, please be sure to subscribe.